Real quick, guys, before we get into this video, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to my channel, guys. Alright, let's get into this prediction. What is up, guys? It's the Hardcore Casual here. We're here to make our final prediction. Heavyweight, undisputed title fight. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Over 20 years since we've had an undisputed heavyweight. I expect a great night of action, first of all. Let me talk about the undercard real quick before I get right to the main event. Some really solid fights on the undercard, guys. Some names you might recognize, like Sergey Kovalev, Frank Sanchez. Who else is on there? We got Jay Apataya, Marius Bradis. Yeah, some good fights. You know, nothing too big. Obviously, it's not August 3rd. Terrence Crawford card, but it's a solid undercard. You know, these Saudi cards, they usually build that main event fight for 5 or 6 hours. You know, they really drag it out. They really make you test your patience until that main event. But I know it's gonna be worth it, guys. The main event's gonna be incredible. Let me talk about my prediction real quick for the main event, and I'm gonna break down how I think it's gonna go, and of course who I think will win. First off, let me say this. Usyk, great footwork, great head movement. He takes great angles. Good offensive fighter with very responsible defense. Now, I think back to that fight against Dubois when he got that body shot. It was on the belt line, yeah. It was not a low blow, guys. It was definitely not a low blow. How bad was he hurt? Of course, we don't know. Only he does. You know, maybe he was hurt slightly and he was just selling it. Maybe he was really hurt and that's really how long it took him to recover. We don't really know. We can just go off what we saw. And what we saw, it looked like he was hurt pretty bad from a body shot to the midsection. Just right on the belt line. And that's not a low blow, guys, in case you were wondering, you know. So I will get that out of the way first. Next, Tyson Fury. Slick, heavyweight boxer. Good head movement. Great head movement. This is nice, long, stinging punches, you know. He keeps you on the end of those punches, and then he comes in and he'll maul you up a little bit too. He'll put his weight on you. Even though he slimmed down a lot for this fight, he will. I expect him to kind of impose himself on Usyk, kind of, you know, impose his size and everything on him. So I expect Fury to be snapping his jab out, you know, hip firing that jab like he does. You know, he's a good. He can throw combinations too. He does it in flurries as well as Usyk. Both these guys are extremely skilled. You know, they're not one-dimensional. They have multi-dimensions to their game. You know, they can fight defensive. They can fight coming forward. We've seen both fighters do that. Of course, Tyson Fury, naturally a bigger man. He's been a heavyweight for longer. Usyk, you know, he's been a heavyweight for 5 fights now. I can't remember exactly. You know, coming up from cruiserweight, and he's filled in to this weight class pretty good. And of course, as we saw him beat the much bigger man, Anthony Joshua, who he's a good fighter. You know, I don't think he's as skilled as Tyson Fury overall, but offensively, you know, Anthony he's nothing to play around with. He's got great power, you know, good combinations, good finishing. And Usyk really had him just confused, you know, in both fights. So I'm not too worried, I guess you could say, especially now that Tyson slimmed down a little bit, about Fury putting his size on Usyk, because I think we've seen Usyk handle the size of Anthony Joshua pretty well. So let's see how it plays out. But let me get on to who I think is going to win. So for my final prediction, guys, final prediction before tomorrow until fight time, I believe Tyson Fury is going to win. And I believe he's going to win by unanimous decision. Yes, unanimous decision, guys. I can see Usyk having success in this fight. I'm not saying Tyson Fury is going to win 10, 11 rounds. I just think he's going to maybe 7 or 8 rounds for Fury to 4 or 5 for Usyk. That's just how I feel, guys. That's how I feel about this fight. You know, I've been just going back and forth, thinking about it, seeing how Usyk could come away with it and how Fury could come away with the win. And that's the conclusion I've come up with. I don't see any... I mean, I guess, you know, there is a way for Usyk to win. He can win decision too, you know. It's a pretty much 50-50 fight. But I truly believe that Tyson Fury, his size, skill, you know, just carrying his frame at heavyweight for longer, I believe that's going to be the deciding factor in him getting the decision win, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this prediction video, guys. Like the video, guys. Comment on the video what you think, who you think is going to win. Subscribe to the channel for more content, guys. Appreciate y'all.